They've cut funding for National CASA. Child advocates, they've cut funding. Let me read to you the press release for National CASA that's on their website. You can go find it yourself today. On April 22nd, the U.S. Department of Justice issued over 360 notices of termination of federal grant awards. National CASA was one of the organizations that received notices. According to the notices, the 3 grants to National CASA GAL are being terminated because they no longer effectuate the program goals or agency priorities, which includes protecting American children. Since that is, in fact, the mission of the CASA program, we strongly disagree with the decision to terminate the grants. The U.S. Congress, through annual appropriations laws, has funded the CASA-appointed Special Advocates Program for more than 30 years. The loss of funding impacts the training, technical assistance, and subawards to member programs across the country. Without these funds, the work of CASA programs across the country will be impacted, along with more than 200,000 children involved in child abuse and neglect proceedings. As a result, we must take immediate action. April 24th, 2025, today, National CASA, in accordance with the termination notices, has to suspend all services and support funded by OJJDP to the CASA network, to include subaward disbursements to state and local CASA GAL programs across the country. National CASA is appealing the award terminations and in the interim assessing what limited services National CASA can continue to offer to the CASA network. The national scope of the loss of Federal Office of Justice programs funding is described in the article below. Let me read to you the headline in that article that the CASA press release linked. U.S. cancels hundreds of grants for police, crime victims, and Justice Department. Justice Department documents show. The Justice Department was one of the, was who issued the notice of terminations. All you bitches talking about defunding the police, they just fucking defunded police. This is real. But more importantly, they defunded CASA, Child Advocates, a program that serves children in foster care and child abuse victims, because they said it didn't align with the program goals of supporting American children. That is, in fact, the exact goal of the program, is to support children. As many of you know, I work in the foster care system. I'm a survivor of the foster care system, and I am a licensed foster parent. I have partnered with my local CASA organizations. This on top of the fact that yesterday, or over the weekend, the Trump administration denied federal disaster aid to the state of Arkansas that just experienced all those tornadoes. Keep in mind, the governor of Arkansas is Sarah Huckabee Sanders. So I'm sure she thought she was safe from the Trump administration. The Trump administration said, you know what, your damages weren't bad enough. It wasn't bad enough. The state can handle it. We're gonna start transitioning disasters to the states. They've had no conversation with governors. There's no plan. There's no budget in the states to fill the gap of federal disaster aid. And we're entering disaster season. So basically the message from the Trump administration to everybody in America is good fucking luck. Now somebody please explain to me what reason on earth exists to cut funding to child abuse victims, to children's services programs, to police departments, to CASA. So it just so happened that as I was dealing with this and I was talking to friends, and I'm on the phone fielding calls from friends who volunteer as CASAs, they work for CASA, my phone's blowing up this afternoon. My MAGA dad calls. And he's like, what's going on with you? And I said, I can't talk right now. I'm in an emergency. Well, what's going on? Trump administration has cut funding to CASA. What's that? So I explained to him what CASA is, and he's like, well, I haven't heard that. I don't think that's true. Dad, I'm reading the press release issued by CASA right now. Here, let me read it to you. It's on their website. Go check it out yourself. I'll send you a link. So I read it to him, and he's like, well, I don't know why he would do that. That doesn't make any sense. I'm sure it was a mistake. He's making a whole lot of mistakes right now. Like, how many mistakes and oopsies does this administration get? Because it seems like that's all they're doing every day. Well, there's just so much fraud in our government. He has to clean it up. He has to clean it up. He's just trying to save our country from all this fraud and theft. Really? There was fraud and theft from CASA? The victims of tornadoes in Arkansas were committing fraud, and they don't even have any money from the federal government. They were committing fraud and theft? I said, you've run a business, Dad. Is this how you run a business? You just go in when you take over? You've gone in and you've cleaned up businesses. You've been hired to clean up businesses before. Did you just walk in and slash and cut and cancel all the contracts and cancel all the partnerships and fire everybody and then do your due diligence? Is that how you ran a business? Is that why you were successful in your career? Because that's how, well, no. Okay, but it's okay for him to do it. You didn't, he has unlimited resources. Unlimited resources. And every damn day, it's another mistake. Well, I'm sure he's going to figure it out. He's going to clean this up. If this is really a good thing, he's going to fix it. If this is really a good thing. If court-appointed special advocates for children is really really? I know you don't know what that is. I'm tired of the excuses. And well, I haven't heard that, so it must not be true. They cut CASA today, people. They fucking cut CASA.